team.
I ain't judging you, A.
Right, Coach,
A, I
thank you
ain't
very
judging you,
much.
nigga.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Today, it's the opener of a new NFL season between the Dallas Cowboys and the New York Jets. Set now
Oh,
to kick this one
shit.
away, and off it goes. This
Nah,
is
what that
taken at
is,
his
nigga?
4. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard
That's a cold nigga. That's cold nigga. I know, dog.
Let's go.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And not too much going there as he'll get it up to the 23-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through.
And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. DeMarcus Lawrence. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
To throw is Rivers. And he's going to go down again.
Tim ain't no damn good. That's that other end. That's the end where I told Mama not to go.
The ball on this part of the field, any pass rusher will tell you that's his favorite part. Gets a chance
Hey,
to
I'm just bullshit with you. Hey,
They can create points using their defense, and this time they take their man down.
Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. So the previous play, a big help, as now they'll have it 1st and 10 up at the 20. Now a play fake here on 1st down. On the crossing route, he hits his man, Amari Cooper. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A gain of 39 that time.
Here you go.
They go play action here on 1st down. 20. On the left side, Gallup's got it. Touchdown, Cowboys. Michael Gallup, 41 yards. And the Cowboys have taken the early lead.
I know these wide receivers are about flash and dash and high-flying plays, but a good number of them played running back at some point in their career.
That nigga A shut that shit down real quick. Nah, nigga.
Run after the catch.
Nah,
and this time
nigga.
he finishes off the big play in the end zone. The quick strike ability certainly intact there. 2 plays, 80 yards to score it. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And New York set to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Give them 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Bro, which one of you niggas made Kadera Patterson a running back?
For the Jets there as they've got themselves a 1st down.
Bro, this nigga.
1st down, Rivers. And a hit turned it over the middle. And he'll get
Look,
it
that
out
nigga
to
just took a sweep.
midfield. Looks like
That
he'll
nigga
spot
just
it
took a
right in
sweep. That's
midfield
why
at
I
the 50.
had
Give him a couple on the
like,
catch.
what the
It's second and
hell?
8.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Randy Gregory in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed in this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the
Tomorrow
rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. And all the way down to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that and have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. DeMarcus Lawrence.
What they got? What they show different, Tim? What they got?
Once again, his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
Oh.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
They'll give it to him up the middle. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. They get 5 on the run, but it leaves them with a tough 3rd and goal forthcoming.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Now Rivers, and probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away, and that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield, but when push came to shove, they stood their ground, and now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
And Myers able to knock it through, and they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Throwing. Prescott. He'll buy some time right. Wide open. Amari Cooper. There he goes. Amari Cooper. Touchdown. Cowboys. Amari Cooper, 75 yards. And the Cowboys are able to show off their quick strike ability. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts. All right,
That nigga Seattle is always a headache, dog. Wherever that nigga is a
that
headache.
should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And a nifty return there as he's all the way up past the 40-yard line.
Bro, how you could get faster niggas on the kickoff team, not the return team, just the kickoff.
New York set to take the field.
Kickoff is on there?
Points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing.
No, bro, they making kick. Come on, dog. Are you serious?
That's going to help him in contract time.
This dude breaking tackles. Nah, nigga, they made Kadera Patterson run through 2 tackles like he damn Trent Richardson back at Alabama.
Super tough.
So he nearly took it the distance, gets him down inside the 10 for a 1st and goal.
I'd love to be in his head right now because is he rewarding himself for a great run or is he kicking himself because he didn't get all the way to the goal line?
He'll get it up the middle. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage. He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
3rd and goal for Rivers.
Damn, dude, he's right in front of him.
Incomplete.
Well, that was excellent coverage right there, and he definitely did the right thing, showing that discretion is definitely the better part of valor. Threw it away, preserved the opportunity to kick for a field goal.
And excellent coverage. And right now the human is controlling the defense, so good job, human. And Myers able to knock it through. And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. So 2 first-quarter field goal attempts for him, and he's converted on both.
I like the positive right there. 2 for 2, got the points on the board. The negative side is they didn't score touchdowns. And, of course, going forward in this game, that's going to be the aim, and hopefully they'll be kicking extra points instead.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Kill. 21 to the left.
Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. He finds an opening past the 40. Ezekiel Elliott gonna take it the distance. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, 75 yards. And the Cowboys are able to show off their quick strike ability.
Well, Brandon, if we go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator, he showed us his script. Didn't show us everything now. He said, here's the script for the game. I think everything's going according to plan in a big way. 3 drives, 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, that's about as good. That is as good as you can do, I guess. So, well done.
Yeah, well done indeed. Tremendous execution.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And New York set to take the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
What?
Now a handoff, running off tackle.
But go here to the camera, bro. Look, Zeke at 92 right now.
Back at the 22.
Zeke keep telling me he like gumbo and shit,
books on NFL kickoff weekend. Plenty of scoring here already. EA Sports NFL Sunday returns. Following this,
boy, that
the NFL on EA Sports is presented by Snickers. You're not you and you're hungry. Snickers satisfies.
They do, however, have a tough 3rd and long coming up. From the shotgun, it's Rivers. And this is going to be intercepted.
Come on, boy, go. Oh, come on. Oh, they played me. You son of a... Oh,
but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line.
I almost had me a pick 6.
So it's third and long, and you know this is going to be a pass. So defensively, they're bringing an extra defensive back and just blanket the field. And this is an ill-advised throw right here as it winds up being picked off easily.
And now here come the Cowboys. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. A solid pickup at 13 sets them up 1st and goal.
Boy, this game sucks sometimes, dog. This nigga running full speed. He should have trucked that safety.
Now Elliott.
But this safety can't. There's no way in the world Ezekiel Elliott wouldn't have trucked this dude in real life. Nigga stop him on a 1 yard line like he hit a damn brick wall.
This opening weekend, and the Cowboys will add on to their lead. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts.
Shit, Brian ain't even gonna lie, nigga. All I want to do is see these new stadiums, nigga. Whether I play in them or I gotta go on YouTube to watch y'all game, I want to see if you can see a real difference in the stadium. Look, I know y'all want to see them too because it's y'all damn stadium.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Did all y'all build the same type of stadium, or y'all all went different?
This one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. New York set to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Ready! 380!
Now they'll run it on the toss.
Daryl
Patterson, the 30.
Yeah, that nigga Kadara Patterson is killing me, dog. This boy is balling.
Cordero Patterson, 70 yards. And the Jets are able to cut into this deficit. And with that carry, he's already over 100 yards here in the first half.
And, partner, you know exactly what he's saying to his teammates right now, right? Especially to the play caller.
Give me the ball.
Again, and again, and again. It's not that heavy, sir. I'll take it.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And that will cut the lead down to 15.
Gee, that nigga took 175 yards to the house.
This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Dak and the Cowboy offense heading back
nigga
onto
say
the
talking
field.
about what? That's when a nigga know they wrong. Nigga, get your ass and talk about what? Talking about you playing your damn game.
Does a lot for your confidence. Does a great deal for your team. Gives them a lead, and they feel really good about how they're playing. I think he expects to throw at least another one.
I was just saying that. They'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. Melvin Ingram. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. A 2nd down throw for Prescott. Flushed out right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd. Well, he's been the guy already over 100 yards here in the first half. Could have had a lot more if he would have been able to haul that one in.
Yeah, in fact, our statistician Marvin was already handing me a piece of paper with that yardage totaled on it. He thought that catch was going to happen just as you and I did as well.
3rd and long for Prescott. Rolling to his right. And he fires one, but incomplete.
And I feel like my man, Old Mo, momentum might be changing jerseys right now. How about what they just got done? They scored a touchdown their last drive. Now here's a 3 and out. Maybe momentum's getting ready to creep to the other sideline.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. And, Charles, you can't really fault him. He's over 100 yards already. He's not the reason they're losing.
And that is really unusual because ordinarily when you set the tone this way and have run it this effectively, usually your team's in control. So it's a very strange situation. And you're right. You can't fault him. He's done a great job for his team.
The last thing you should have put this nigga back at wide receiver before you traded that nigga.
And you talk about great blocking.
Bro, y'all better watch out for that nigga. That nigga got 10 carries for a bill 88.
I think we heard the whoosh as he went by, didn't
Jets,
we?
nigga.
Right through the gap. No one there, as you outlined. No one touched him at all.
Shit.
A free sprint into the secondary.
That
Yeah,
nigga
that's what you call breaking free right there.
Business.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
It went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe should have tapped out.
Under a heavy rush and down
Look,
he goes.
they hitting that nigga with sweeps, too. They using that nigga right.
Who else?
That
He's
nigga
in
getting
there
to
for
that
his
edge.
4th sack of the afternoon.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case,
cold, dog. He cold.
That
That
this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call.
That's right,
I like
you know,
what they were trying
coming
to
out
do.
of my
Trying to get your
stable,
receiver
dude.
on the
He
run
been
and see if he
trying
can pick it up, keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
They have a nice job defensively to get to him and keep
Nah,
him
that
short
dude
of the
there,
first.
that dude Camaro,
39-yard punt, 6 yards
that nigga
on the
nice,
return.
bro. Especially
And the
when you get
Cowboys
in
will be
and you don't
back
even
up
have
to
him
start
built
the
up
drive.
yet.
They'll
I had that
have it
nigga
1st
maxed
and
out.
10. Amari Cooper and the rest of the offense heading back out there now. He's up over 100 yards, has the touchdown. He's a big-time receiver in this league, so the question becomes, how do you limit him going forward?
Well, you know the guys trying to cover him, they haven't had a whole lot of success thus far, and while they will still accept the challenge, maybe you have to change your focus.
Now that's what you're going to have to.
Quarterback a little
That
bit,
nigga,
disrupt his timing.
That nigga
'Cause
will,
right now,
that
it feels
nigga
like
get
pitch and
banged up,
catch.
dog.
Make sure he's not able to have clear sight lines to him, and maybe that'll slow him down.
And this is not the guy you want to let play pitch and catch.
They ain't put him back in. He got back in. That nigga do that, dog. Nigga got a mind of his own, man.
A first down carry by Elliott. Room to run inside the 40. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott
Yeah, he
on his
fragile.
way to a monster game.
That nigga
3
fragile.
first-half touchdowns. And the Cowboys will extend their lead. This is becoming quite the half he's had here.
Remember in our pregame meetings, they talked about wanting to run the football and staying with it? Well, when you're scoring this many touchdowns, there's no reason to go away from it, is there? They are off to a fantastic start. They hope it continues.
3 already for him. Extra point splits the uprights, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Bruh.
And this will be
When
a
you said big
touchback
coach,
as
it
that
made me think
sails
about
for the end line.
out in high school. I went to Clark. Our
Getting
offensive
set
line
to go
coach
again as we look at the
was
back,
this
heading onto
big,
the field
big,
again.
big
He's been good. They've
old dude
utilized
named
him
Coach
well, but
King.
they're losing here in the second
And boy,
quarter.
one
What
day,
might
bro,
they
them niggas
change
was acting funny.
offensively?
Niggas said we was at practice. We used to practice at the back of Dillard. I think they done built up back there now, but we used to practice back there. They had a big old field back there. Dog, we was at practice, dog, and the nigga said, "Hey, Coach King, how many rally combos can you eat?" He said, "Hell, how many can you buy?" The nigga asked me, nigga said, how many can you buy? I said, oh, shit,
He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here.
Hey, ready. Delta.
Now a handoff looking right. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another
Nigga,
year.
who you
He'll have
talking
scores
to?
from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. Rivers. Herndon's got it complete. The completion there winds
Bruh,
up
these
a wash,
niggas
and
are
it'll bring
making the
up 4th
computer
down.
receivers
They dialed
break
up the
a
blitz
lot
on
of
3rd down, and your
tackles.
worry as a defense,
Yeah,
that they can hit you
nigga.
with a big
Season
play
2,
in that
nigga.
situation.
Niggas own it.
Instead,
They
the
own
blitz
it.
pays off, able to rally to the football and make the play.
Here's Lachlan Edwards now. He's
Nah,
been
them
a
niggas
busy
playing though,
man
bro.
here in this first half as he gets it
not.
away. Now Austin.
It's you, boy. It's you. Get the corner. Get the corner. Yeah.
A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. Ezekiel Elliott gets ready to go again here on offense as he shuffles onto the field. The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game plan for.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
Because they wanted to keep it a secret.
We did ask, didn't we? But I think what happened in this one is they've realized that they've established the run pretty well, and teams are going to key on that. They thought they could open it up and have success through the air, and that's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, they've had success, at least so far, here in the second quarter.
We're going right there. We're going right there.
On second down, Elliott. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
Here we go, 46. 26.
A first down throw for Prescott. Sliding out of the pocket. Completes it right side to Cooper. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Point after, right down the middle. And the route is on here in this first half. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it culminates in a Dallas touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So out now come the Jets. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Off the play fake here, Rivers. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. Second down, Rivers. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. 3rd and long for Rivers. And nowhere to get away. Rivers is dropped. And now the Cowboys are going to call another timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Here's Lachlan Edwards now. He's been terrific so far. Here's Austin. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a first and 10.
That's a hell of a damn game, Tim.
And let's gaze our attention on Ezekiel Elliott. A good job in the passing game, decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally you run to set up the pass. Here it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the run and be more effective later on in the game.
Yeah, you can do it both ways. We usually talk about it in the reverse, however.
No doubt about it.
No, what are you doing?
16 seconds now on the clock.
Well, they're slinging it, and then there's one you got to put a timer on, huh? I mean, that one came in hot.
That came in hot, but overthrown out of his reach and incomplete.
Oh, I'm taking you out there. But this nigga was wide open. He
line of
dropped.
scrimmage again. The 37
I never even seen
as
that
they
freaking
line up second and 10.
animation before.
A second down throw for Prescott. They'll roll him out right. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half.
That was your freaking time to shine, little brother.
4 down.
Back it up.
Here we go. Slide in. Under. we go. Get that. Let's go. Get out. Get out.
Come on, Keith, take it to the house, man.
Here's a carry now for Keith
Come on,
Marshall.
boy.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That one 28 yards on the ground. A bit of a surprise. They're going for it with 2 ticks remaining. No sign of the field goal unit.
I should have kicked the field goal.
Hey, here we go. 180. Hey, 47. 26.
Final play of the half. Prescott. And this is caught. It's Cooper.
Did he get in?
And he's brought down after a very nice gain.
How that
So
wasn't a
we reach
touchdown?
halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando. That's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our... All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the
Bruh,
action
my
here
damn
in
daughter
the third.
boyfriend he was in an Uber this morning. Nigga, his
We'll see
Uber
if
driver
Week 1
runs the
fatigue
red
becomes
light.
any kind of a factor as
They
we are
get
back
hit.
underway in the second half.
And
This
nigga,
will
the
be
nigga got a
fielded at the
fractured
6.
arm.
And he'll be
Nigga
brought
out of work
down at
4
the
to 6
23,
weeks.
Make it the 24-yard line.
Yeah, he do.
Out come the Cowboys now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They had a big first half. Now they have a chance to add to that lead here in the opening possession of the second half.
And everyone always asks about halftime adjustments, kind of the key phrase. What did you do at halftime? Well, the way they ran offense in the first half, I think they were very calm, congratulatory, but also what they were saying is don't expect them to be the same on defense. They'll be the ones making the adjustments. Let's see what they do, and we'll attack accordingly.
And we'll see how they attack here. Prescott to throw it. Out to his left. And this one hauled in by Tavon Austin. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards on the play.
Mike 54. Mike 54. Here we go. 46. 46. 26.
Prescott on first down. He'll buy some time right. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up second down.
And while he did a good job of sliding around in the pocket, there was nowhere to go with the football, so he had to take off and try and run. He just got back to the line of scrimmage, no gain.
54. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Here we go. Get that. Let's go. Get out. 26.
They'll pitch it out to Elliott.
No
gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. On third down, it's Prescott. Rolling to his right. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Dak Prescott now 4 touchdown passes on the afternoon. And the Cowboys continue to pour it on.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but in today's NFL, I wouldn't want to play defense. Too many great receivers and guys who are accurate, who can get them the ball. We've seen the result. Days like this one.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So here's the Jets offense now as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
380.
Rivers now on second down. Toward the sideline. He will have the first down. Good catch. He was able to keep the feet in bounds. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shot.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Demarcus Lawrence in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. And they weren't in zone coverage, they were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. And a shot taken on third down, unsuccessful. 4th down now. Here's Lachlan Edwards now. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And out now come the Cowboys. And last time out, another touchdown, and I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the 4th quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this one's just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats?
Who?
You and me, trying to get to the airport.
That's
the road
true.
to be fairly clear.
That is
by the
one
time we have to
positive.
leave the booth.
They start on the ground with Elliott. First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
Hey, 47. 26.
On 1st and 10, Prescott sliding out of the pocket. Throw right side, caught by Davis. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. A very solid gain of 27.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
Then we're going to 53. Woo. Chip. 26.
They'll try the sweep with Elliott. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 11 more on that one, and another first down. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry up.
Rush it. Rush. Hey, 47. Here you go. Motion. 26.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Cowboys add on. And that rushing touchdown, his 4th, puts him just one shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it. But he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
Extra point right down the middle. And that will extend this big lead. So that drive, 4 plays. And it culminates in a touchdown run by Ezekiel Elliott.
Well, yeah, but the thing about it, too,
the kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Yeah.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
That's love right there.
The Jets offensive unit ready to get going here. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
Now a 2nd down throw for Rivers. Looking left sideline, incomplete.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry.
I know, huh?
Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of. Otherwise, he was going to get sacked.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. To throw, Rivers. And he's got a Nola. And now look at him go. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Quincy Nola. 71 yards. And the Jets are at least able to knock the deficit down a bit. And nothing too crazy there. Quick slant, and then he just had a seam. He found a seam.
And when you hit it on the run like that, and I mean the pass right to the receiver who's already in motion and moving, sometimes he just takes it and runs away from everyone else.
And he ran it into the end zone. And the defense, they've got to adjust there quickly. That's tough on them.
That's really tough because everything was executed well. Ball was out of his hands quickly, into the hands of the receiver, and then he was gone.
This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Ezekiel Elliott gets ready to go again here on offense as he shuffles onto the field. He has been a touchdown machine. It has been enjoyable to watch.
And the scoreboard continues to light up as a result of his efforts. He's been a blast, though. Every time you look up, you just figure if he's got the ball in his hands, he's going to end up in the end zone. It's been that kind of a game for him.
Absolutely. Now you just keep waiting for more. And the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
That one didn't quite make it to the target, but that's not always a function of the strength of the arm of the quarterback, is it? Sometimes there's just too much pressure there. In any case, the ball doesn't arrive.
Here you go.
Tim, who you playing?
On 2nd down, Prescott again. Austin's got it left side. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown.
Tim, who you playing?
Tavon Austin, 70 yards. And the Cowboys
Stafford
continue to pour it on.
Well, after another passing touchdown, I don't think it'd be an understatement to say that he's in the zone.
I'm going to tell y'all right now, the
he
Jets,
likes it.
Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point.
Derek Harris.
Extra point splits the uprights.
I'm trying to keep him under 200 yards rushing. Yeah.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
I'm winning, but he
and this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
And when he goes,
Phillip Rivers now gears up to take the offense back out there. He's played well. Good first half. He's continued that here in the 3rd quarter. But my question, when you're a head coach, what do you look at stat line-wise for your court? Do you go right to turnovers?
You really do. As much as coaches don't want to talk about that, that's where it starts. When I played in college, our first rule for every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. And that's kind of how they judge you. Do you take care of the ball, not turn it over, keep it in the proper hands, and give your team a chance to win?
Well, that's what he's done here in this one so far.
I don't know about you, partner, but I'm rubbing my eyes after that play. Did we just see that runner not get yardage? A big-time play by the defense. It does happen occasionally, even against the best running backs who are having big days.
Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost his bread and butter. It's a good running back dive play.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Dak Prescott and the offense heading back onto the field. And nobody in the stadium feels better than he does right now. Just a slew of touchdown passes. He's been spectacular.
And you and I both know this is a team game, one of the best team games that's out there. But right now, I've forgotten what the scoreboard even says. Just watching what he's doing.
Been fun.
That's been mesmerizing and a whole lot of fun to watch.
He's hoping to keep it going here in the third quarter. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Hey, we're going right there. We're going right there. Here you go.
Now they'll run it on the toss. Past the 20. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Keith Marshall, 48 yards. And the Cowboys add on. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Point after, right down the middle. And that will extend this big lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now look at Quincy Enunwa and the rest of the offense heading back out. Pretty good game for him so far. I guess he's still got time here to make this a great game, but so far he's been solid.
I like where you're going with that, because it has been pretty good, but there's always that hint that things can really escalate for him. And right now, they feel like they're somewhat keeping him in check, but he has found the end zone once. But, boy, he can explode at any moment.
Yeah, and when you hit that end zone once, you want to find it again, don't you?
Yes, you do.
Makes you hungrier.
You get greedy in a good way.
Charles, you look at that run, and in your garrulous and loquacious manner, how would you break down the nifty-nasty that occurred when that was bounced outside? It was almost Machiavellian, wasn't it?
The capricious dichotomy of their play calling is almost a non sequitur. And, Brandon, I have to say, my friend, the ubiquitous...
Back now here on EA Sports. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. Now Rivers. And he will find his man on the outside. The 20. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A very solid gain of 27.
For many teams, the evaluation of tight ends has really changed. We used to wonder about how they would block first and foremost.
Just got a receiver.
Now we want to know how these guys can run, because we envision them in offenses catch the ball. How much yardage can they gain after that?
And that on display there for a good pickup.
Nice.
And they'll go on the ground. And he'll take this one down near the 15.
Maybe my corner's just not
just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And they'll run it here. They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
Spunked up, huh?
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
On 3rd down, Rivers. Quick slant, caught by Moore. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Great mix of play calling so far. 3 runs, 3 passes. All 3 passes have been completions. 1st and goal.
I think on defense now, you have to almost take a chance. Rely on your scouting. Pick a play you think they would run here and just load up for it and see what happens.
That gets them 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal.
Well, Brendan, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
you're 2.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the 2nd one.
Rivers now, and he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down. Now, do you put it in your quarterback's hands again? That's the question here on 3rd and goal.
Set, green 80.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he won't get to the markers. They're going to stop it for a second straight play right at the line of scrimmage.
How about that for defense? Every hole plugged up. Can't run it inside, can't bounce it outside. That sets up 4th and goal from the 2. Right now, advantage defense.
And Myers able to knock it through. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. On the grand scheme
it was all
things,
good. I figured it was something worth going to look at. It just is the first time we've ever had something like that happen.
They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
And the Cowboys are able to recover. The 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number.
If she wasn't your age, look, nigga, R. Kelly always was my favorite artist.
You win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number as empirical.
And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. That one 28 yards on the ground.
But I'm just messing with you, dog.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Mike Pennell forcing his way through there to drop him for a loss of a good 10 yards. Prescott now on 2nd down. On the move to his left. A nice job of eluding the pressure there, scrambling for 11.
Partner was a definite passing down, but he was able to leak out and pick up some good yardage, even though the coverage was excellent. Maybe it's not exactly how they drew it up, but he still got a big chunk of yardage on 2nd down.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Throwing. Prescott. He'll buy some time right. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. Turning into a really good performance on the road. Week 1, you're just hoping for that first win. It's tough to do it away from home, though, but they're looking strong.
It's proven that that's what he did.
Any road win in the NFL is a great road win. I mean, it just does not matter whether it's supposed to be tough or not. In this particular situation, how great will they feel leaving with a win on the road against a tough opponent?
A little work still to do, though. Extra point right down the middle, and the lead will swell by 1 more. Just a 4-play drive that time, and it's capped off with a Cowboys touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. The New York set to take the field. And they had a long drive last time, but they had to settle for a field goal, and I'm sure that's how it felt to them, settling. They probably should have gotten in the end zone.
Yeah, not out-and-out joy, right? Because that's what you get when you put the ball in the end zone. But there are benefits to that type of a long drive. Your defense gets a chance to take a break, adjust a little bit, maybe get themselves ready to get back out on the field and play a little bit better. So they'll take the benefit even though they wanted the 6 points.
And maybe wore down the other defense. We'll see.
Ready. Block 15. 80 hard.
A 2nd down throw for Rivers. He's got a man. It's Corey Coleman. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score. Looking to throw on second down. Rivers finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. It'll be a gain of 4. And that's going to lead to a third down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you swing.
Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Oh, boy, do yourself
Here's
a
the
favor,
Dallas
man.
offense
Change
now
your
heading
life.
back out onto the field. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still
need to
got your
go
starting
ahead.
quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the Michigan man, Jake Ryan. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. Their passing game has been spectacular this afternoon. Finally, a win for the defense.
You think maybe there was an adjustment there. Finally gained a measure of, I don't even know if you call it revenge, but got a play done against him, and that's been difficult for them all game long.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And the Jets capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6.
And that touchdown, well, it barely puts a dent in this lead. And unfortunately, I'm having too many flashbacks right now. I remember getting beat down like this playing before.
Oh, yeah? College, high school?
College. Not a heck of a lot of fun. I still remember playing and trying to tackle an elusive tailback who ended up scoring 4 touchdowns, 226 yards. He scored so many times and had so many great runs, I knew every note to their school's fight song.
Bet that ice bath felt extra cold afterwards.
Oh, no, there was no ice bath. You just tried to get out of there before the reporters got to you.
Now the Cowboys offense heads back onto the field. They have the big cushion. Here in the final stages of this one, I don't know if there's any better feeling than being up big on the road.
There really can't be, because for a team to go on the road and win in the NFL, that's huge to begin with. But just think about all the preparation that went into it. When they first started talking about this game, leading up to it during the week, going on the road, unfamiliar city, obviously, unfamiliar hotel. No one's going to be with you once you get to the stadium. They're all going to be against you. You name it, all those things they had to deal with, they were able to conquer them and do it convincingly.
Yeah, they did it very convincingly, and now the final moments of this one. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
And that's how you throw for a whole heap of yards in a game. You get efforts like that from your receivers. How about him laying out for that catch?
Yeah, excellent. Makes the quarterback look a whole lot better.
Hey, 47. There we go. 188.
Well, Prescott here to throw. Rolling to it, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Henry Anderson in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. Second down, Prescott steps away. He'll let it fly for Austin. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by a former first-round pick, Patrick Robinson. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit. And receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
Got an open man. It's a noon one. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to his...
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off Byron Jones. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. Facing this fourth quarter deficit, felt like they had to throw the ball, and on the other side, they were ready.
No doubt about it. They're playing situational football. They look at the clock, they know the lead that they have, and all they're doing is playing pass on every down.
Playing the pass, picking it off, and now big time in the driver's seat. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Flush to his right. Able to get away. And shedding the tackle, and now some room. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Throwing here, Prescott. He'll rifle this one deep right side. It's caught at the 10. A big play here for the Cowboys. 57 yards.
And they just had another big completion there. And I think in days gone by in the NFL, you might have asked, is this a little bit of overkill? Is this rubbing it in? I don't think people feel the same way nowadays.
It's the age-old argument. Then you could say on the other side, if you're going to get angry about it, stop it, right?
Go ahead and stop me. And I think a lot of the times they just look at it like, let's just play the game.
And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top. One of the fun parts about working with you is that we've learned that there are different ways to do things than the way we were brought up to do them. This is Madden. Of course they were going to go ahead and get another score. What do you mean take a knee?
And that just makes the final margin even more lopsided. I think they earned themselves a cold drink from the fridge, right?
There's no
Maybe
doubt
some
about
pretzels, too, some hummus. Go crazy.
See, we've learned.
Go crazy.
We have learned the Madden way of doing things.
And partner, this first week, this first game that we get to call together, so special every year, week one. You had the flyover, the big American flag out there before the game, all the hoopla, just having football back, so special.
It is an opening day, opening game. There's just nothing like it because you really build to a crescendo.